And we're in, man. What is going on, people? It's been a minute. We haven't talked about VVS or gave you guys a VVS update. We saw a lot of questions everywhere on the Discord for the past couple months asking us about VVS reaching some sort of a dollar. You know, we all know we're trying to drop all those zeros with VVS. In this video, I got Brendan. Brendan, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Well, yeah, we're gonna delve into some VVS stuff. Although I would want to mention that we had a bit of an interesting morning.
That was a scary morning, man.
Yeah,
That was a very scary morning.
yeah. We noticed some weird stuff being posted on the channel. Changed our passwords. Pretty sure we got hacked. So guys,
100%.
just moving forward, if you see anything weird on the channel, just let us know. I
Let us
think
know.
we're good for now. But
100%.
yeah, that's that,
100%.
man. With that being said, let's talk about VVS.
Let's talk about the juicy stuff, man. So that's what we had. You know, a couple of months we saw a lot of comments in the on our videos with VVS. Are we gonna reach $1 or no? We have it on Discord as well. So this is what we're gonna discuss in this video. We're gonna give you a quick update on the price action right now. See where VVS is actually sitting. You know, there's a lot happening in the world outside of crypto that's affecting crypto at the moment. Not only Chronos, not only the Chronos network or the Chronos chain tokens. Everything is down, but we're gonna talk about some sort of price projections for the next years to come and see where everything would realistically sit at. And we got Brendan over here to kind of give us the realistic approach as well. So let's maybe take a look quickly at the actual chart. See what anything that pops out to us recently, man. Look, VVS dropped below these levels over here where, for some time here, we're thinking we're going to find some sort of support. Buyers were coming in. Everything was, still a brand new token. There was limits on it. The APIs on VVS Finance were pretty crazy, man. I got in at 200 some thousand, but now things are subsiding a bit, which is pretty nice to see. This low didn't really hold. We're making new lower lows every time we get into this EMA ribbon. However, recently we saw some sort of an uptick in terms of the volume because people were getting to know more VVS more and more, and the volume started to uptick somewhere here. We saw a nice impulse that started to pierce into this EMA ribbon. Now, recently we saw massive selling coming up at this level over here. However, we maintained this, and what I was telling you before this, and I actually want your input on it, is the fact that we start to break this lower low price action, and we actually went all the way to the top here to the previous lower low and started dabbling in that price region. So what do you think about that, man? Does that give us some sort of a different approach to this? Do we see some sort of health or reversal signs?
Yeah, so look, guys, for those looking for hopium, this is clearly a downtrend. With that being said, what we can see is that lows are getting less extreme, and we now have our first higher low. To me, this is a classic pattern we see in crypto all the time when we see a parabolic blow off top and then a crash, where what we're likely going to see, in my most humble opinions, is the beginning of what's called a rounded bottom, where, we had that massive run up, massive crash, and then it kind of just rounds out, flattens out for quite some time, because to recover from such a sell-off such as this typically takes some time. So we're going to need to have some sideways price action, build up some momentum, build up some steam, and then over time, if we continue to form this rounded bottom and keep putting those higher highs, well, that's what it'll take to perhaps reach these previous resistance levels and enterprise discovery once again.
100%, man. No, it's pretty clear because obviously we had high APRs for the longest time here. We're trying to see if VVS is going to hold these lows. It didn't. Now it looks like in the beginning you'll see how it was pretty rapid sell-offs on these candles, pretty long bodies that happen within a day. Now things are, look at all, like the actual candles are very narrow, telling us that on a daily, man, there isn't really much to. Buyers are not pushing too much and sellers are not pushing too much. It's just really it's just chilling basically in terms of price action. So recently we saw this massive, I guess, the biggest volume in one day somewhere at this region. It has a nice wick to the bottom. It's still buyers were not successful in terms of pushing the price action above the opening price for the candle, but nonetheless looks like this really didn't push us below this bottom, which leads us to believe that there's some sort of a strength to this. Looks like that this is the first impulse. Let's see if the second impulse is going to also get us there. But for the time being, look, we've been watching VVS for a while now. It's been 2 months and a half, 3 months. We have still yet to have some sort of confirmed bottom for VVS. We've been watching. We're going to continue to watch, but so far so good. We had a nice. We're piercing into the EMA ribbon. Looks like we are breaking the lower low and lower highs price structure, and now things are going to take some time. Looking into the on-chain, man, it's pretty clear. We saw here, we're looking at the chronos, so we'll leave also this link in the description for you guys. A lot of people asked about this. This is just showing you the actual holders count on the how many people hold VVS. So on Chronos network, still 72,000 is the highest amount of holders for any token, and that goes for a VVS. Next thing, we have Rapcro, we have Tectonic, Mad Mirka Finance, actually, is really pushing up the ranks as well, going to 13,000. But nonetheless, VVS Finance 72,000. On the main Crypto.com app, we have 10 million plus users. So along the way, for the next years to come, a lot of those users will be exposed to this and most likely will be holding VVS as well. So we're going to see how that plays out. But, man, the biggest question we have is, are we ever going to get to $1 with VVS Finance? We discussed this so many times. In my opinion, I don't think we will, but we're going to see a couple, hundreds of X's sometime from here to 5 years. But we're going to give you some sort of a solid projections with, realistic numbers. Hopefully that actually brings it closer to your, I guess, opium-infused predictions. But what do you think, man?
Yeah, look, man, to get to $1, I think we need to move, what is it, like 4 decimal places at 10,000x?
Yes, it's 0.000294.
Yeah, look, crypto is crazy, all right? 10,000x do indeed happen, but it often takes a long time. Like, you're probably looking at 5 to 10 years. You're being, somewhat more realistic, conservative. Look, man, if Crypto.com does indeed go to onboard the world and they get funneled towards VVS and VVS becomes kind of a DeFi hub, who knows, anything can happen. But for 10,000x to happen, oof, that is
it's a lot of money that needs to come in.
Yeah, and definitely takes time. So who knows?
Look, man, we can actually look at the Chronos. Let's just look at the Chronos market cap, right? So we know for VVS Finance here, we're looking at the analytics. We got $200 billion, so $266 million in terms of market cap after all the admissions and everybody that got in. So perfect. First step that we can kind of, look into the horizon, see what's the next big step, in my opinion, would be breaching some sort of a Chronos market cap, which is, comes down the years, right? So Chronos market cap right now currently is sitting at, what do we have here? 11 billion. However, at the all-time highs, it was somewhere closer to 22 billion. If we, let's say, VVS, at one point, Crypto.com passes 22 billion. Now we're looking some sort of a hopium, somewhere closer to the 22 billion market cap for VVS Finance. If you literally, it's a very simple calculation. We have 22 billion for Crypto.com. There's what we got, 22 billion right here. We're going to divide that by the current VVS Finance market cap, which, what do we have so far here? I forgot.
266.
266. Yep. So let's just see. 2 divided by 266,905, $260.243. We're going to go to the dot here. 82 point some X, right?
Did you remember all that?
No, I was actually taking it straight from the screen here.
Oh, okay.
See, I gotta deceive the people. But so this is what we got. We got 82x, right? That's basically us going to Crypto.com. I think that's the next big step, if anything, for VVS over the years. This would be it in terms of what a price projection. Multiply that by the current price, which is 0.00002942. That takes us to quarter of a cent, basically. Right, so that's VVS overtaking the market cap of Crypto.com currently at 22 billion. It would only take us to a quarter of a cent. What do you think about that, man?
Well, look, man. What I would say is that, look, the nature of cryptocurrency and how it moves has been deeply changed with institutions and now greater tools for onboarding retail coming in. So who knows how crypto will move in the future. But what I can say is that, typically speaking, cryptocurrency has reached its most heated point typically 1 year after the latest Bitcoin halving. Next Bitcoin halving is 2024. So let's say, likely, if we continue to move in a similar way that we have in the past, that next cryptocurrency bull run, blow off top, whatever you want to call it, might be sometime 2025. So could we see, VVS reach something similar to what Crypto.com did this cycle come 2025? Well, if we're going to happen, I would speculate that that's probably what it would take to do so. 83x, not unheard of, man. Not
100%. And one thing for people to actually keep in mind as well, we're trying to be very realistic on the channel. If you go to other channels, people are talking about $100 Crypto.com, $300 Crypto.com, and all that. I get it. But it is definitely clickbait. But I mean, we were trying to really give you as much as as much realistic price actions here for you, so you don't get wrecked, basically. But as well, when we have something like crypto, for example, something I always want to share, but I keep forgetting in these videos, is that VVS Finance market cap increased while the price was going down, right? So that's something you got to keep in mind. The reason why is because they were printing tokens. We're printing tokens. The APR was extremely high. If we're going to, if we're trying, people were staking and getting like 100,000, 200,000, if not in the millions, different percentages. So the market cap was being, artificially pumped, obviously, because that's basically what happens with new tokens. People start stake, they get that. This is not something that's unheard of, right? But again, with more and more people staking, you might also as well start seeing VVS finance continue to rise. Also, one factor would be the fact that a lot of people are actually staking as well, and this number would continue to go up, but not as much anymore. I think the curve will hit an asymptote at one point. But again, holders will also add to that if we keep on buying it when the price of VVS goes up. Obviously, it will add to that as well. But the emissions with VVS will pump the actual market cap without VVS also moving as well. So that's something to keep in mind. And a lot of people forget that, man. I just want the people to be very, very, we need to be very clear with how I hate seeing other channels, saying crazy things.
Yeah, like guys, it's clickbait, and and it gets views, but VVS going to $20 anytime soon probably ain't gonna happen, right? And that 83x over some time after a massive period of round and bottom is even probably optimistic, although theoretically possible. Like, this stuff happens in crypto. Right now, we're in a period of bear market-ishness. The markets are super undecided. So, once we enter a true period of bull market with crypto, whenever that might be, that's probably when we're going to see VVS along with the rest of the market kick up, and that's when these higher numbers start to become more realistic. But for now, a lot of things are an open question, and it's frankly a whole lot of speculation.
100%.
I love how you use the word asymptote, by the way.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
Look, man, I did engineering for 5 years, man. I feel like I'm gonna vomit every time I bring up anything that has to do with it. And we used a lot of
asymptotes.
A lot of asymptotes, man.
What's an asymptote? I have no idea. It sounds like
literally when the price keeps reaching like a number, but it never touches it. It's just let's say
right.
one.
You got a parabolic curve, but it never fully touches.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of maths, man. That's what it is. It's a whole lot of mathematics. But look, man.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed the use of that word. I hope you bring it up more often.
Hey, man, I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Can we talk about VVS right now, man?
I guess
we can. So look, Chronos. That's a lot of people were saying. Also, I don't want it to seem like we're backpedaling on VVS right now. No, we're just giving realistic price expectations for VVS. That's what it is. If we want to hear about crazy things with VVS on other channels, the content is all there, man. But I just want to give you guys some realistic expectations. VVS still my top favorite coin that I'm looking for the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 years, in my opinion. We're gonna discuss more stuff tomorrow or the day after about the roadmap behind VVS. Me and Brendan, we're gonna get to how they're pushing for some sort of a metaverse for NFTs in general on VVS Finance and play to earn. All of that's gonna start affecting the price action for VVS. So you should still be extremely pumped in terms of what VVS has in store for the next years to come. I'm getting the most hype for crypto from VVS, in my opinion. And again, we wanted to kind of compare the price action to Binance as well. At one point, Binance's market cap got to $110 billion. Chronos was only $22 billion. We compared the price action to $22 billion for VVS. If we compared to Binance, it's $110 billion. So you multiply that by 5, and that gets us VVS price action up to 1 cent. So again, that's us going too extreme right now, guys. But don't forget, this is us going to 22 billion on Chronos. That's still at 83x. So people forget that you will never get these kind of returns anywhere in the traditional markets. 83 times the amount of price is still crazy, right? That's still it's still gonna make millions for some people, man.
Yeah.
So so I don't know, man. People, I
Plus
guess,
the staking rewards, yeah,
bro. We got used to 1000x and 10,000x. I feel
it's so funny. It's like when people bring up a 10x, it's almost boring.
it's very boring.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
what we should do? Or maybe we should have done for the thumbnails. We put like VVS going to $1,000, and then in the video we just say what we actually think. Because guys, it's all clickbait. Like, it's the reality of YouTube that if you don't do something clickbaity, you don't get views. We don't want to do it. We would rather have the most reasonable title ever, where rational discussion of VVS price action. We would love to make that title, but it doesn't get views.
That's true. That's
true. So
But it is what it is, man. Guys, we're going to discuss more and more things with VVS coming up this week. We're going to talk about the roadmap, some stuff with play to earn with VVS specifically, and we're going to compare it to other tokens that we are currently looking at on the chain itself. We're going to talk more chronos and the whole, a whole lot of things, man. So I'm pretty excited for this week to come. Do you have anything else to add to this, man?
folks, like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. You guys are the best. So keep watching, guys. We got plenty more news to come. So
appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Do whatever you got to do, man. Make sure you leave all your questions in the comment section below. We love you all. Have a great day. Stay safe. Don't get hacked. Never give your seed phrases to anybody. We will never ask you for money. God bless you.
asymptote.
Asymptotes.
Asymptotes.